My name is Danielle Conrad. I'm the Executive Director of the ACLU of Nebraska. Here we are on a cold and chilly day, but I can tell you our hearts are warmed. Our clients are grateful to have had their day in court. We are confident in our legal arguments. We are pleased that we have a deliberative judge that is taking a serious look at these serious issues. Our position, our case is about love, is about justice, is about fairness, and we are delighted to bring these issues before the court today. With that, I'd like to turn it over for some brief commentary from our remarkable co-counsel Susan Koning of Koning & Dunn Law Firm, and then we'll have some media availability for some of our clients as well. We can do a little Q&A, and we'll go from there. Susan.
So we'll have to ask Susan and Sally to join us here nearby. So what we saw today was that Judge Battalion heard the urgency of our client's situation, how every day that we are waiting for a decision, our clients are being irreparably harmed, serious harms, and that we know that on Monday the judge will be taking in the last information that he needs to be making an expeditious ruling so that not only hopefully our clients but all of the couples across Nebraska who have been waiting all of this time patiently for the freedom to marry and to have their families protected will have their day. So we're optimistic at the outcome. We are anxiously waiting, and we have faith that the facts and the law are going to support a decision that sees the urgency of our client's situation. So we're happy to take questions.
Yes, let's hear. Oh, sorry. We're just going to allow Susan and Sally Waters, who are the lead plaintiffs in the case, to provide some feedback and remarks after we've just left district court. Susan and Sally, you want to start?
Okay. We felt very hopeful. You know, no one knows what the final outcome is going to be, but we are incredibly hopeful. It felt like there were really good questions asked. And at one point, I think there was some mention about making a quick stay. We want to make sure everybody has the right, not just us. So we're looking forward to a final verdict, not a temporary one.
Yes, yes. Yeah, there was some question about, well, can we wait days? Is, you know,
Yeah.
Can Susan and I wait days?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Are other couples in a place where they can wait days? Maybe not.
Right.
Things happen. Life happens. And so I am hopeful that this will get resolved in our favor quickly.
We completely agree, and our position has been clear from the outset. Every single day that Nebraska's DOMA stands, that hurts real Nebraska families. The discrimination that is enshrined in our Constitution hurts Nebraskans who are working hard, who are raising children, who are contributing to our economy. That's what we're fighting against. This is about fairness, this is about love, this is about recognition, and this is about justice. We look forward to the judge's decision, and we will continue to work diligently on implementation efforts or to see it to its full and final conclusion so that all citizens can enjoy equality and robust participation in our society and our economy. Do we have a few questions?
What did you think of just the judge's tone in court today?
Susan?
The judge clearly wanted to be well informed and to hear the true urgency. So he was asking questions to help see how imperative a prompt decision is. And we think he got those answers today.
This is a judge that has ruled basically on this issue 10 years ago, and he acknowledged that from the bench. Was that an important acknowledgement?
Yes, it was. What we saw was that the court wasn't questioning the likelihood of success of the case on its merits ultimately. The main focus today was on the urgency, which is dire. And we see that the court was looking to have the answers to that, and we think we presented that well.
Why do you think the judge made that decision to wait to make the decision?
The one thing we know about this judge is that he wants to make the best decision possible under the law and under the facts. So ensuring that he had those final details to base a ruling that will be in keeping with the law and the urgency of the situation was what he wanted to do.
As there is not a clear timeline that governs a decision in this case, we are grateful that this judge has continued to exhibit thoughtfulness and deliberateness, and that was evidenced today.
Did you expect a ruling in your favor when you walked into court today?
We know in these cases in other jurisdictions that a ruling from the bench isn't always given because we're looking for not only the immediate decision, but the rationale behind it. And the court wanted to have some questions answered today, which we were able to do.
And I think what that question really goes to is that since we filed this historic case back in November 2014, there has been a considerable amount of excitement and goodwill border to border all across this great state about this case. And so many Nebraskans are watching and waiting for a decision and are eager to see the outcome. So again, we're not going to read tea leaves into what a judge will do or when they will do it, but we are grateful to have had our day in court. We are confident in our legal arguments and we are confident in our clients. So we look forward to a final conclusion.
Was there anything the state presented that you found offensive more than anything?
The state did their job in terms of presenting the arguments that they saw fit to present to the court.
Do you think that history will help you? This judge's history?
Well, you always have to look at a historical context, and the thing that is clear is that this judge is very familiar with many of the issues involved in this case. That familiarity is helpful as he reviews this case in this instance.
Do you feel like the national momentum is on everyone's side here in Nebraska?
Well, I think we can say that with 37 states plus the District of Columbia having now recognized freedom to marry, that we are eager to be found the next state. We'll also add that if Nebraska makes a ruling striking down its existing DOMA, that we will now be at the 3/4% of the states across the country which have granted and recognized freedom to marry for same-sex couples, and we eagerly await such a ruling.
That's absolutely right. This is a historic day in Nebraska, and we are proud and excited to be a part of it at Koning & Dunn, at the ACLU of Nebraska, and with all of these tremendous supporters that have gathered here behind us. The legal landscape is changing at a lightning-fast pace. And so are hearts and minds. Public opinion is changing on these matters as well. And all of those efforts in the courts, in the court of public opinion, they're all moving towards equality. They're all moving towards fairness. And those are things that all Nebraskans and all Americans should and will celebrate. And we look forward to celebrating a lot with these wonderful people in 2015 and beyond.
What do you think about the state's argument of promoting procreation as the main reason for marriage?
You know, I think that the state presented that argument. I think the judge tested that argument. That is not a new argument that's been presented in similar legal cases. And so we'll wait to see whether or not the judge finds that it has merit. I think our counsel answered those questions very clearly, and we look forward to the outcome.